Hi, my name is Miss Cece, and today I'm going to teach you how to do an astronomy craft called a Constellation Pillowcase. This is something we do at camp with our astronomy classes, and this year you get to experience it from home. So here I have a Earth with a bunch of constellations you can see from Earth around it. Now on this we have a lot of constellations that you're probably familiar with, like the Big Dipper, the Little Dipper, and Orion, but there's also ones that you may not know about, including ones such as Draco the Dragon. So some things that you'll find in your box that will be immensely helpful for this craft are your pillowcase, the constellations, and some glow-in-the-dark paint, as well as some things you might want to find around the house include a white colored pencil or crayon and some paint brushes. Now that you've looked through all of your constellations, you can choose which ones you'd like to use on your pillowcase, and we're going to take a pencil and just stab some holes through where each of the stars goes, so that you can put paint where the stars are. So now that you have holes poked in your template, you're going to open your bottle of glow-in-the-dark paint and grab a paintbrush, or you could even use like the tip of a pencil because it makes a really great point on the pillowcase. And then you're just going to put some paint right where that dot is, and then continue on throughout your entire design. Some other things, if you don't have a paintbrush around, you could use a toothpick or anything that is circular for the most part. So once you've lifted your template up off of your pillowcase, you can go ahead and grab anything that's a nice round circle. So I'm going to use the end of this pencil and just get some paint on the end of it, and you're going to go right on top of where those stars are. And this will just make them nice and distinct and very large and pretty stars for your pillowcase. So now that you have your constellation, if you would like to connect the lines so that you can see it more clearly, for example, how it is on this piece of paper, you can just take your paintbrush and paint a little line just straight across between the stars. You could also potentially take a white crayon or colored pencil and draw a line. It's much fainter, but if you like that style, go for it. So constellations aren't the only thing that you can draw on your pillowcase. You can do anything from your favorite constellations that might not be included in the ones that we sent you, to made-up constellations that you really think are cool, to astronauts or rockets, or anything you can think of. So here in the corner, I'm going to draw our sun because it's big and something that we don't have a template for. The best way I found to do that is using a white colored pencil or crayon. It draws on really light, but dark enough that you can see it and can paint over it later. So here in the corner, I have my sun, and then I'll paint over it. So as you can see from this finished side of the pillowcase, there's so many different things that you can put on yours. There's so many different ways that you can be creative and show your vision on your pillowcase. So everything from shooting stars to a bunch of different constellations, and they're not connected by paint, but instead some colored pencil, and then there's scatters of stars in other places just to kind of fill it out some. Thank you so much for joining me today and making your own constellation pillowcase. I hope that you had a ton of fun and possibly learned about some really cool constellations that you can see in our night sky. I would love to see pictures of your finished pillowcases. You can share them with us on social media. Once again, I hope you enjoyed your time making a constellation pillowcase.